feeling envious and jealous about what other people have and you don't is one of the worst things you could do. And I'm here to tell you that it's actually a choice. You can also choose to be grateful for what you have instead. Being grateful is a much, much better choice for mainly one reason. And the main reason is because being grateful, invokes positive feelings, and being envious invokes negative feelings. Now, uh, I hope that this kind of is logical to you as much as it is for me, because like great, if you think about it, if you're grateful for something, you are happy about it, and if you're envious about something or you're jealous, then you're not as happy, you know. And I think that, yeah, I mean, sure, I also would want to have fucking Arnold chest genetics, but I need to be grateful for what I have, because I'm not gonna have them. I mean, I'm not gonna just pray the world, pray God that he can, just modify my genetics midway through my life. That's not gonna happen, okay? I mean, this is kind of a weird example, but I mean, I hope you get the point. I hope you get the point about the fact that you're not gonna have what you're envious about, because if you just fucking cry about the fact that you don't have as good of a family as someone else, you cry about the fact that you don't have as good of a you're not as attractive as someone else. Maybe you would have rather have a brother than a sister, but you have a sister and you don't really like that. You kind of have to live with it. Yeah, so all of those things, you can be grateful for them instead of being just jealous that someone else has it and you don't. Or just being, feeling resentful and bitter about the fact that you don't have those things. So what I have is, what I do is I have this journal right here, this one, and what I do is that every single morning and every single night before going to bed, I write down like 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for, and the reason I'm grateful for them. Now, this may look like a fucking boring ass exercise, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it kind of is, that you can't really find things to be grateful for. I kind of have to think about it. Maybe in the morning I'm especially tired because I haven't slept as well, and so I'm like fucking snoozing on the chair while trying to find something to be grateful for. But I just write down, even, in the beginning, it's not gonna be like complicated things. It's gonna be normal things. I'm grateful for my bed. I'm grateful for the sun that's out today. And in the beginning, I'll advise you just start with one, maybe 2 things, and try to find also the reason why you're grateful for them. Like, for example, I could say, let's just give a practical example. What did I write this morning? Let's find it. Okay. So I wrote down, okay, I'm grateful to be able to have a birthday party with friends. And I didn't really specify why, but I had it in my mind. So yeah, I should have wrote this down, but I didn't. So yeah, that's my fault. But so I wrote, I'm grateful. In a couple of weeks it's gonna be my birthday, so I wrote down that I'm grateful for the fact that I can, celebrate my birthday with friends, because some people don't have it. Some people don't have friends to celebrate a birthday with. And I watched the first episode of the Arnold documentary a couple of days ago, and he said that he'd never celebrated his birthday until he was like in America and like over 18. So that also made me grateful for the fact that I can celebrate my birthday with my friends. And so if you do this practice, which may be a bit cringe, maybe a bit boring, and yeah, all of those things, you can really just overcome them and realize that the benefits are actually much more important than the fact that you kind of feel embarrassed while doing it because you think it's cringe and it's gay, maybe. But what you experience soon is that after some days, maybe some weeks of doing this practice, and you can also just do it in the morning, by the way. I also implemented a nightly routine because I kind of like to do this. So yeah, I mean, you can only do it. I mean, you can also do it on mornings only. But yeah, I mean, so what you'll experience is that by writing down every morning, I'm grateful for X, I'm grateful for Y, and by doing this, you will soon be grateful for things like during the day. During the day, you'll feel like, oh, I'm grateful for the fact that, I mean, I'm grateful for the birds that are singing out my window right now, for example. This thought might pop up in your mind out of nowhere because you're just training your mind to be more grateful for things. And so this like a bit of a superficial level. What you find after a little bit is that it kind of goes deeper than this because you feel grateful for bad things also. You feel, I mean, bad things. I mean, like I'm I'm grateful for the fact I broke up with that girl because now I'm a better person. Now I have more time for myself to work on myself, more time for work and stuff like this. And so that's great because now you're not gonna cry about the girl anymore because you're grateful for the fact that you two broke up. Or maybe you will also find yourself complaining less because I mean that's what I found at least. Because maybe let's say that my mother cooked a meal and it's not as great as as usual, but I'm not gonna be complaining about it because in my mind there is this gratefulness that's a grateful I mean gratitude that's always going on and working, and it's I will probably think, and this is what happened many times, I'm not going to complain. I'm actually grateful for the fact that she even cooked for me today because that's a blessing. That's a blessing, the fact I mean that I have someone that cooks for me. So I'm grateful for the fact that my mother cooked for me, and maybe I'll write that down in my nightly practice. But even if you don't, I mean that's not even important. The important thing is that these kind of thoughts pop up in your mind more often as you go on with your life and this practice right here. So I hope I convinced you to start your gratitude journaling because this practice is kind of, I mean, it's not really a big practice. It takes me like 5 minutes max if I'm really not finding anything. It's often more like 2 to 3 minutes every morning and every night. But it really does change the way your brain starts to think about things. And yeah, I really think it's worth for you to try this. I think it's worth for you to continue with this practice also, and not just try it for a week and then stop. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and subscribe if you like my videos, and yeah, see you in the next one.